Hello everyone, welcome to the Oracle of the Central Sun. I am Michelle. This video is about the full moon in Leo. This is happening on either the 1st or the 2nd of February, depending on your time zone. Where I'm at in South Africa, this is happening on the 2nd of February at 9 minutes past midnight. So 0009, and this is all about Leo and Aquarius. And as I also spoke about briefly in my Saturn-Neptune video, there's a lot that we are doing with Leo and Aquarius this year, because the eclipse cycle is starting to shift into the Leo-Aquarius axis. And we are going to have the first solar eclipse in Aquarius on the 17th of February. And even this full moon, even though it's not an eclipse, it is on that axis. It is in Leo. And it really is playing beautifully with the Leo-Aquarius energies. And the reason this is such a strong Leo-Aquarius axis is, of course, it's a full moon. The moon is at 13 degrees of Leo and 3 minutes, and the sun is at 13 degrees and 3 minutes of Aquarius. But apart from the sun, we still have that stellium of planets in Aquarius at the moment. And they are all with the sun shining their light onto the moon. So we're feeling this contrast between Leo and Aquarius. And at the moment in Aquarius, we have Pluto, which is the long term. We have Mars, we have Venus, and we have Mercury, all in Aquarius at the time of this full moon. So this full moon really feels like there is something happening in terms of Leo, who we are, where we bring our leadership into our lives, where we bring leadership out into the world, how we want to be the leader of our own life. And then on the Aquarius axis, we have the sun sitting in that part of the clan, the community. How do we fit into the community? Do we fit into the community? So at the time of this full moon, there can be combinations of old cycles and then new wishes coming to the forefront in terms of who we are, how we would like to fit into the clan, into the community. If we feel we don't have one, what can we do to step into one or to create one around us? These are all important questions and contemplations and energy shifts that can happen at the time of this full moon. So this full moon is in Leo. Leo is ruled by the sun. So this means that the sun is naturally the ruler of the full moon as well, and the sun is in Aquarius. So again, the sun is dealing with those energies of community, clan, very forward thinking. Even with technology, a part of the questions we are dealing with at this time is where we would like to draw the line between what is acceptable to us and what we are open to in terms of where we step into community with technology, and how we would like to expand or contract in that area of technology and community. So these are all very important questions at this time. Leo is more of the individual aspect. Leo is that archetype of how we want to be by ourselves, how we would like to stand out. And then with Aquarius, it's more about how we bring our individuality into the community and into the clan. So there's a beautiful synergy that can come about at the time of this full moon that can really help us step into a new cycle of being in community and get clarity on what our wishes are with these questions for the future. So like I said, we have the 5 planets stellium in Aquarius at this moment still. We have just had Mars, the Sun, Venus and Mercury all in the last 2 weeks or so conjunct to Pluto. So we've gone into the underground, we've gone into the depths, we have released stuff, we have transformed stuff, and new things have been reborn in the Aquarius part of our personal charts, and also into the collective and into the collective community. So a lot is transformed, and this is all forming that opposition at this full moon with the individual. So there's a lot to be said for each of us, because we are all going to have a different balance point when it comes to how much we need to be in our own individual selves and how much we need community to be ourselves and to feel like ourselves. So this is going to be a very unique experience for each person, and of course also depending on where this full moon falls for you in your personal chart, it's going to shine a light on that house for you. Of course, for Leos, if you are a Leo, this is very much all about how you are as an individual and how you fit into the larger community of the world. And this plays a part to a certain degree for all of us at the time of this full moon. So the other aspects that we have at the time of this full moon is we have Mercury at 21 degrees of Aquarius, and it is sextile to Chiron. So we can be going through some beautiful healing conversations and even healing mind patterns, thought patterns, and our style of communication at this time through subtle things that can come to light with the sextile to Chiron. And then we also have, for the very last time in quite a long while, we are still having Saturn in a sextile to Uranus as well. And Saturn-Uranus is a bit of a push-pull dynamic. It's a bit more subtle in terms of the sextile, but it is finding that balance between our long-term goals, where we find our wisdom, and then Uranus is change and innovation. So that's another part of the balance here that is trying to work itself out between the Leo and Aquarius axis. So I drew some tarot cards for the full moon itself, so for the whole chart as it sits at this time of this full moon. I received the Queen of Pentacles. And if we look at Leo and Aquarius as signs, Leo is fire and Aquarius is air. So those are very fast moving energies. So it's interesting to me, you'll see I drew 3 cards and all of them were pentacles. So pentacle cards are the earth element. So there's also something happening here in terms of us finding more grounding and stability with these very fast moving elements of air and fire that we are dealing with. So the Queen of Pentacles for this full moon, she is very abundant. She is focused on her goals. and she is surrounded by so much natural abundance. And I feel that if we interpret this in terms of our individuality and how we fit into the clan, this is all about our inner security. The way she sits here on this throne is about inner stability, inner security, and then no matter what you are surrounded by, you can choose whether the clan is good or bad for you, what aspects work for you, what aspects don't work. So this card is really calling us to find our grounding and find that inner stability in the sign of Leo before we even try to step into the clan. Because the more we know ourselves, the more easily it will be for us to arrive at a place where we can meet others that really stimulate our growth and stimulate our sense of love and community. And then I also drew a card for the Mercury and Chiron sextile, and for this I received the Seven of Pentacles. And the Seven of Pentacles is about long-term goals and watching those seeds that we have planted growing. You can see he is looking at the pentacles. He can see that they are there, but they have not quite become fruit yet, ready to be used. They are just sitting there, they are growing. And with this Mercury Chiron sextile, there's something here that we are called to find perseverance with, maybe in learning new ways of communication, working with our own mind patterns, having a long-term vision, and finding a really sustainable way forward with Mercury and Chiron, and really healing those things that no longer serve us from the past. And then I also received another pentacle card, more earth energy, for a Saturn-Uranus. And Saturn-Uranus, this is interesting because Saturn really is that archetype of standing alone. And Uranus is the modern day ruler of Aquarius, so it's very much also linked to the clan and to community and to the collective. So what the Three of Pentacles is showing us is that right now, connection and teamwork and collaboration, those are very important things. Finding stability in bringing ourselves and collaborating with others. So I really love these pentacle cards that showed up. It feels like we can, after this full moon, step into a new way of being in our own inner stability, who we are, how we show up in the world, and how we fit into the larger community, our clan. And maybe if we want to make some shifts and changes and find people where the connections feel better and more reciprocal, then that is the perfect time to do this. So then the Ching guidance that showed up for this full moon in Leo, I'm reading from the pocket book, Little Book of Changes, again by Peter Crisp. And I'll also read from another translation. So in this book, hexagram 37 is called A Family Affair. But in the more older traditional translations, it's actually called the clan. And I actually love the word the clan, because the clan to me symbolizes a more modern way of being in terms of In modern life, some of us may not be as connected to traditional family, but we have a clan that support us like family. And so whether you want to substitute the word family or substitute the word clan, excuse me, or community, these are all words that we are dealing with at this time and how we fit in. So it says, thank God for the people who embrace and support you through thick and thin. So whether this is your family and your clan, it is finding gratitude for those people who really support us. You like a blazing fire, and this is the Leo fire element, radiating good cheer, filling the house with warmth, making it feel like home. So this is all about inner and outer home. Where do you feel at home with your clan and with your family? Home is where the hearth is. To keep the fire dancing, feed the flame. Give it room to breathe. That's the air element that's coming in from the Aquarius side. Gather around the familiar fire with your tribe. Oh, that's another word that's a substitute for this that I haven't used in this reading. So family, clan, community, tribe, whatever word works for you, that is a word that you can use. So when you know you belong, partaking of your good food, drinking your good health, giving thanks for the refuge, for your refuge from the world. So this is all about finding the inner and outer clan. It is all about bringing your true self to your tribe, finding where you belong. This is all so important at the time of this full moon. So, oh yes, I also wanted to read a bit from, so this is one of my much older I Ching books that I've had for over 20 years. It's a much larger book, but it's also called a pocket I Ching, and it is translated by Richard Wilhelm. I've used this book for many years. So this book actually, hexagram 37 is called the Clan, and the trigram above is called the Gentle Wind, which is Aquarius, and then the trigram below is the Clinging Fire. And it says, when it describes the hexagram, as wind comes forth from fire, so the wise man's words have substance, for he has duration in his way of life. So this also speaks to that part of us, of how we use our words, how we honor ourselves, and how we walk with others in the clan. So I thought that was also a really beautiful part of this translation. So that is what I've got for you for this full moon in Leo. I can't believe we are in February already. This year is going so super fast. Look out for my next videos, which will be about the solar eclipse in Aquarius, so more on this Leo Aquarius axis, and also the actual conjunction of Saturn and Neptune that will happen on the 20th of February. So for the month of February, I'm hosting 2 group calls, and they are called Be More Love, and I invite all of you to join. It is going to be about an hour-long group call, only 10 participants per call, keeping it really tight and intimate. We are working on healing wounds that keep us from being more love. This is not about relationship status. This is about how much love you are able to be in the world, and the fact that the world needs more love. So those of you who want to show up in more love, please do. I invite you to join me. I will leave the link for that group call below. Please share with others you feel may want to join, and please leave your comments here. Please like and please share. I am so grateful for all that you do that helps my channel and my business to grow. I will see you again soon.